Hi everyone. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I have noticed like a major issue with the temptation and the trying of temptation, and they say it works perfect patience, and God knows it is true because of the fact that you are learning about God. But we have to understand that there is another attack taking place during this time, where we haven't evolved from. We are still going through certain situations. The attack is dumbfounding us where we cannot actually resist the temptation, um, preventing us from fighting back and receiving that perfect patience in which um, the people of God was talking about in James. Um, we're not able to receive that right now because of the fact that they're using an attack that dumbfounds us and keeps us from saying no, keeps us from resisting evil. Now, we resist it in everyday life. I know I have resisted in everyday life by certain things that I do, by not being a part of certain things, by not conducting myself in certain ways, by not being partakers of certain things. But what I have to tell you, they're making us aware that there's coming a time where we will not be able to resist them. So we have to prep and prepare for that time every day now. Start a system, a process with ourselves to ensure that even if we're on autopilot, there is no way if you it's the same as my lifestyle. I'm a certain type of way. This is a certain lifestyle that I live, and I remind you, I tell you about these switches and tears all the time, where people want you to take on some of their problems when you have problems of your own, and create a switch or a tear and want you to go through some stuff that they're supposed to go through, want you to have to rebel in some stuff that they're supposed to go through. Remember this: if you end up with a great switch, it automatically belonged to you. That just means that the people got a winning. It automatically belonged to you. It did not belong to them. And they know this. Certain decisions that you made, you had no control over. It was made for you, against you. It was a tear, it was a switch, it was made for you, against you. The moment you see it switch back, that's something that they're trying to stop. That switch back to what's mine. Give me back what's mine. Give me back the things in which is supposed to be for me. And that's something that they will never want you to have. And a lot of times they come at you with temptation. Now, when you're working a perfect work and you're doing things in accordance to God, they have no room to play. So they try to find all kinds of ways to get to you. Remember, I tell you, we're dealing with the luminaries, we're dealing with a society of people that are against the people of God for some weird reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know what took place. All I can tell you is they're against God. I don't think anyone's against anyone without a cause. But I have seen many things have happened where people were compelled to do certain things without causes. And that's what's taking place too. The compelling. A lot of people sit up there and they say, oh, you can't read this book, you can't read that book. You better read as much as you can, as quick as you can, to enlighten yourself. Now, something I tell people all the time: don't take certain stuff into your spirit, um, and stuff, and certain things you shouldn't read, but at the same time, there are things that you need to read that have been pretty much banned. Books dealing with witchcraft, yes, it is banned. Why do you need to read this? We are fighting on different planes. That's all I'm going to say. We're fighting on different planes, and you have to be prepared for certain doors that will open and attack you. You cannot destroy an enemy if you know nothing about the enemy. You cannot sit up here and actually form an actual proper defense unless you really know your enemy and you are prepared for battle. And not to know your enemy is a trickery that they have been using against our people. Another thing, the attacks while you're getting to know your enemy is another trick that they use against us to stop us from learning, to stop us from actually elevating in the knowledge that we need to know. They will never attack people that don't know. If you're dumbfounded, they don't care because you're dumbfounded. They can do you however they want. It's no real issue for them. But when you are not, that's when it becomes a problem. So we really have to prepare ourselves. Remember, do not rejoice at temptation and the fact that you're going through temptation and you're conquering it, because we are really actually in warfare. We are really in all out warfare, and we have to become more and more prepared for the warfare that is coming to us, the things that are done to us, and everything. Remember, I have told you, even when all the regular books are gone, there will be books that will aid you and guide you on certain things, but you have to seek them out. There is so much that I can only divulge to you if you're willing to listen to it. A lot of this, I can't really go into full details. A lot of people don't have a choice at this point. If you are a Democrat and you have joined some political parties, a lot of times you don't really get the choices that you want to make. A lot of times they're made for you. A lot of people have chosen to be without party, and it's not that we don't love people. It's not that we don't love the parties that we were a part of. It's just the fact that we woke up to certain things happening to us that we weren't pleased with, and we want to fight back. And then even with us waking up to that, we still are in a state in which we can't really fight as hard as we want to. So a lot of people chose to be without party, chose unknown parties, chose to sit up and form their own party and stuff like that to assist in the fight against some of this stuff that is happening, because you aren't what they say you are. A lot of people are using Democratic parties as puppets, Republican parties as puppets. A lot of the parties that are developed, they all they want to do is puppeteer us, and they are getting away with it, and stuff like that. And a lot of it is them being bold about saying what they have done to the Democratic Party, to other parties that are out there, Republican, as well as several other parties that were really trying to enlighten themselves and grow. Um, and for me, I don't know how else to tell you this. Some people cannot resist certain things. Put yourself in a place where you can resist it. And the only way that you can do that, if you're really living by the word of God, people study that word, get that word of God in you, be prepared for battle, because we are in battle every day. May God bless you. I hope these words encourage you. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. um, don't rejoice at temptation. It's not something that is peaceful and pleasable to anybody. Don't rejoice when they come at you and they sit up there and they say all kinds of stuff, because you are dealing with two different things. You're dealing with the people that's under the spiritual thing of this thing, and you're also dealing with this thing itself. So the people that are being puppeteered under them are nothing but puppets. They are pawns to them. They move and dispose of them. You are getting frontline fighters. Frontline fighters are disposable to them. You are not getting the actual fight. You're only emerging into it. Like I said, Just be smart in your decision making and the things you do. May God bless you. Have a great one.